G'day guys, Mark from TAT, the Automotive Technician. How many times have you diagnosed something only to find that someone has been there before you, replaced a part, but they haven't actually got to the cause of the problem? When diagnosing a fault, we want to make sure that we get to the entire solution to the problem or the issue that we're dealing with. We want the symptom, the fault, but also the cause. If we don't get to the cause of the problem, the vehicle will come back to us with a very unhappy customer. Case in point is this Toyota Camry 2004 model with a very strange indicator issue. The customer noticed the other day when they turned the ignition on, the right-hand indicator would come on by itself, even though not being selected. Then the hazard lights wouldn't work. It was all over the place. We can probably reproduce something similar to the symptom now. If we turn the ignition to the on position, and you can hear that the flasher is already coming on by itself. There's nothing on the dash there to indicate pilot lights or hazard lights or anything like that. And yet, as soon as the ignition's turned on, that guy goes nuts. So naturally, I turn my attention to that flasher can itself. Let's see what damage has been done inside. By pulling this little control unit apart, I was able to confirm, yes, there was some serious corrosion on there. In actual fact, when I pulled it apart the first time, there was water actually inside here. There was only a very slight trickle here, and that's what put me onto it. But it's a good idea to find out why the thing failed to start with. Where did this water come from? We want to come up with the solution to the problem rather than just replacing a part. We need to find the cause of the problem, not just the fault, like the last technician. So by pouring water across the windscreen, even though it was really dry back here, pulling this connector box back and having a look down inside the cavity there, I was able to see water dripping down there when the hose was applied to it. Having a look at it first without putting water down there, there was not a single drop of water on any connectors or anything, apart from a few drops on this flasher can here, or lighting control module as it states. That's what put me onto the possibility of some corrosion. It's one thing to replace this little unit, but why did it happen? We've got to get to the cause of the problem, not just fix the fault. So by replacing this faulty one here with a new lighting control module, I was able to get all the functions back up and running. So with the ignition turned on, we don't hear that clicking noise anymore. We have a right-hand indicator, we have a left indicator, and now if we press our hazard lights, we get those up on the dash too. So the thing is, what do I need to recommend? I need to tell the customer that he needs to have his windscreen resealed, or that leak found, to stop this thing happening again. We need to find the cause of the problem, not just the fault. So rather than just going ahead and replacing the module like the last technician did, it's important to find the actual cause of the problem, which obviously was a leaky windscreen. As mentioned, I've told the customer to go and get that windscreen resealed or replaced and to make sure that there's no more leaks. In turn, that will save this guy being replaced yet again. If you're looking for solutions for some very strange issues at times, have a look on the TAT website. There are many repair solutions that will make your day easier. Familiarise yourself with our website so that you can take advantage of all the things as part of your membership. So guys, until next time we catch up with a future video together, this is Mark from TAT signing off. I'll catch you later.